Okay.
John, you've got a really lovely orchard here. Can you tell us a little bit about how it came to be?
Yes, it was back somewhere in the late 80s that my late wife Noreen was on the parish council, and I'd thought about putting some trees on here, and I knew that I could get them from Deacons at God's Hill. And question was, well, this was lying here, nobody was working it properly, and would it be all right if I put some apple trees here? And in fact, they wanted me to take the whole corner over here on, but I didn't want all that. So ostensibly, there's 15 rod of ground here, and a rod. Well, it's an old English measure, but this is approximately 25 square metres. So that's how much there is. And I've planted various varieties here, all of which are well recognised as being suitable for cider. Ones I'm standing here, well, this one here is a Kingston Black, a mature one, and this one, wait a minute, where am I? That one down in there, this green one, grown right the way over, this is Morgan Sweet. But that very large thing above it is a cooking apple, which has got two names apparently, Jean Hardy or Belle de Pontois. It's fairly unusual, but Witley identified it and they didn't come down here dashing for cuttings off it, so I don't suppose it's that rare.
So John, previously, because obviously you planted this orchard and you've been working it for years. What kind of things go on in the orchard this time of year? Obviously, I can see lots of apples, but they're not quite ready, are they?
Oh, anything that's falling now is only because it's got maggots or something in it. They're nowhere near ripe. It'll be various times according to which variety they are. Some come in sort of late September, October. Some of them it's better to leave them until quite late, and you get more juice from them then. But that's why I like to keep it clean underneath all these trees here, you see. Well, this is not your traditional scythe by any means, but it's much easier to handle. I think it was a German manufacturer, I've had it some years, but it's the ideal tool for this job. And the answer is we'll let Gareth take over. That's it. Because it is a scything action, not a chopping one. That's it. You got it.
Oh yeah, you got a nice fork.
Oh.
Yeah, I found out it was on the allotment when I took it over. It's I think probably they would call that a dung fork.
Yeah, I was going to say it looks like one for making out the horses or something, yeah. So when it comes to picking, what do you normally pick with friends, or do you just try and
that's what I've done in the past, and obviously I'm no spring chicken. It's getting more and more difficult to use these up, and I'd just like somebody to carry on.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And if I get a bit of cider out of it, well, I said before, I don't actually make cider. I make apple juice. It turns into cider of its own volition because it's a total kit of parts. Right, well this is the first part of the process. Linda is making up these mats of the pulp which you see here, and we make this up in a certain manner to get the best out. The first two go in made up just on a piece of plywood. The next one goes in on a fret, and then after that we get two flats and then one on a fret. These go into the press then, one at a time, so we then finish up with one fret on the bottom, which makes it easier to get the juice out, two flats and so forth. And it's, well, quite a simple process, as it all is really. Once this process has gone on, nature really takes over. As I often say, I don't make cider, I make apple juice. It becomes cider of its own volition. It is very difficult, in fact, to stop apple juice becoming cider of some sort. Well, now we're putting these under the press in the reverse order, so the weight of the bottom ones is on what were the top ones, and that in itself is enough weight to get that juice running. Oh, no whistle.
Yeah, I need to.
Hold that funnel up just in case.
Yes, remember, if anything, lift it slightly, otherwise you get a face full of cider when the pressure comes out. No point in it, Steve. You'll come back in May when it's about ready.
No.
Do a tasting and take at least two of them back. Obviously, I was worried about looking forward onto these trees. What would the council do with it? Because this ground is going to be useless for growing anything, even if they grub trees out. And who wants all these cider apple trees? So, to a degree, your group has given me a light forward there that somebody can carry it on.
Yes, we very much want to make sure that this doesn't get destroyed,
No.
and that there are people here that will carry on enjoying the trees and the apples long after we've all gone, really, basically forever, hopefully.
Here first. That was the juice in round. Oh yeah, I would certainly. I could take it all there. Yeah. You're a little bit shorter. Which ones are for this tree?
Oh, there is part of the 20%, and that one. Great. Actually, I've probably got a bit more.
About a bit more off that's going over towards that tree there.
Try and keep them separate.
Be affecting anything. One in the middle.
Branch
Down
from
there.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
follow it down. That would take the crown off. That one there. Give that a go.
I mean, do you think
It's hard to get purchase on it really. Saw like that,
that was the one you made?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, that I think that's really opened up, doesn't it? What do you say?
Yeah. And you've lived in Godalming all your life, haven't you, John?
I was, well, technically born in Guildford apparently, but at a few days I went down to Farncombe, where I lived with my parents, and I lived there until I was 35, and me and I married, and then we moved to Witley, and that's where I've been ever since.
In the same house as well?
Yes.
Yeah, same house.
Yeah, I only lived in 2 houses.
Oh, wow.
So I'd get rid of those.
Yeah.
And then those, like the ones that are in the middle, just to open up the middle of
Oh
the
yeah,
tree.
definitely want to open the crown
open,
up.
open up the crown.
Yeah.
So I'll get rid of some of the central ones that are making it all bushy.
Oh, you got ratchet pruners.
Yeah, nice quick. Yeah, it's, Felco. Nice ones, Felcos. Oh, the yeah, I've got the ratchet.
Oh, those are ratchet, aren't they? Those your single-handed pruners.
Oh, the single. No, they're not ratchet. No. But this is ratchet. This one.
Yeah.
This is quite a good one. The yeah.
Well, the other thing was getting a pruning saw, because a carpenter's handsaw works this way. That's what I used to do with. And I bought one of those, and it was so much easier.
You can. Yeah. I know there's a lot more to come, and I'll do that another time, John.
Yeah, it won't take too much. I mean, it's one thing about it. It's almost certainly be fairly well fruited.
Yeah. Okay.
I never use them all anyway.
Yeah.
I was hoping it might have been a little warmer.
Yeah.
Cold, or less cold.
Yeah, less cold. Yeah.
But then I could have sat there and had my cider.
Yeah.
That sounds like magpies to me.
The other story that I think I've read, because you wrote it for the Parish magazine, but also you've told us, was the way you met your wife.
Well, basically how it came about was that I knew a fellow called Paul Ruth, who was physics master at Charthouse, and it so happened his wife then later became my sister-in-law, and but it came about because they could get the use of Charterhouse sailing dinghies, and I could do a bit of sailing, and Charterhouse was very good with their equipment, sort of thing, and we could use these at weekends, and Paul organised 1 or 2 little sailing groups. And he asked me, I'm not a brilliant sailor, but apparently I'm quite safe. And he said, well, he got his sister coming down. Her husband had died about a year before. She couldn't swim, was nervous of water. Would I take her out? Because I'd done this job for him before, and apparently I didn't frighten her too much. And so it was a little 12-foot Firefly sailing dinghy, in fact. Then later in the year she came down, because she worked as a school secretary, came down, brought her son down, and I get invited up to Coventry. And one way or another I was going up there, and gradually things grew, and eventually in 1971 we were married. I was 35 and a bachelor. Dream was 52 with a grown family of 3. But it worked out well. I had her for almost 42 years. And you don't really expect that. Countryfile did something on this, and they found that a single mason bee would pollinate far more blossoms than a honeybee. They are good at it. And the advantage is, and sometimes disadvantage, because all of our bumblebees have got furry coats. They can get out in the colder weather, but apparently if it's too hot, they can't. You know, not many of these things. It's all right all the time. You've got the time, the interest, and the energy. The interest is there, maybe the time is, but the energy is not. So that's really where we are with the thing. So a chance meeting with you down the Star in Godalming worked out very well. And really that is the story of how it came back. It's gradually gone on from there. I know one bit there, though I know his nose is getting redder from something down to cheddar, but there's still more cider in the jug. Drink up the cider, drink up the cider, for tonight we're merry be. And that's as far as I know it.
I think I have heard that actually. Yeah.
Oh yes,
It
it was
does-
on.
yeah,
Ed
it
Cutler
is.
and the Wurzels.
Yeah, I remember the words. It was like they did that. I am a cider drinker, and I've got a brand new combine harvester. I remember that.